please stand and join me in the call to worship. Who is wise and understanding among us?
Those who stay in touch with God, those who seek to foster healing.
Let us strive to be wise and understanding.
We will be makers of peace.
Please take a moment and turn and greet those standing next to you. Please join us in singing hymn 369, Blessed Assurance. Please join with me in the opening prayer as it is found in your bulletin. O Creator and mighty God, you have promised strength for the weak, rest for the laborers, light for the way, grace for the trials, help from above, unfalling sympathy, undying. O Creator and mighty God, help us to continue in your promise. Amen. Our first reading this morning comes from Psalm 1. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers, But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water that yields its fruit in its seasons, and its leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers. The wicked are not so, but are like chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows that the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. May the Lord add his blessing to the reading of these words. Amen.
Are there kids? Come on up, please. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody wide awake? Not really? How many of you were like sleeping soundly when mom or dad or somebody came and said, it's time to get up? At least one, only one? Everybody else was awake already? Only one person woke you up too? Got woken up this morning? It was an alarm for me, but yeah. So, would you rather be sleeping? You can be honest, it's okay. You know what, I'm really glad you're here though, because it'd be lonesome. So, well, there you go. So, of all of you who are here, boy, and we're heavy on boys today. You girls okay over here? Are you holding your own? Okay. You like it how it is. What is that? Massively outnumbering? You think that's good? That's okay. Well, you know, there will come a time when you'll think differently about that. But for right now, that's okay. So, of those of you who are here, among the boys and the girls, who's the most important? Which one of you is the most important? Okay, or not, maybe not even just boys and girls. So you guys were saying who's the most important, boys or girls? So yeah, which one of you, of all of you who are here, who's the most important? Which one of the kids is the most important? Who's the smartest?
Jesus.
Jesus is here too, and is the smartest. Could it be who's the tallest? Maybe who's the strongest? Maybe who's the fastest, whoever could run away quickest? No? That wouldn't make him the most important. What would make the person the most important? If one of you would be the most important, what would make that person the most important?
If they believed in God and Jesus.
If they believed in God and Jesus, that would be a good thing. Well, you know, there was a story, actually Jesus talked about this particular issue frequently, evidently because people jockey for position a lot. You know how that is? Does that ever happen in school? Like, you know, for example, somebody's bragging about who got the best grade, or somebody's bragging about who made a goal in soccer, or, you know, something like that. But somebody always says, hey, I'm the best one, I'm number one, and all that. That kind of thing happens in the world a lot. Might happen in your world. It happened in Jesus' world, and people were talking about that, and they were jockeying for position all the time. And he said, you know what, knock it off. He said, because the greatest person among you is the one who helps people. It's not the one who's the fastest, who can run away the quickest, or the one who's the smartest, who gets the best grades in school. It's not the one who is the strongest, who could maybe beat somebody up. It's none of those things. The greatest person among you is the one who helps people, who is kind. And so his illustration, which is kind of neat, one of the times he was talking about it, he looked around in the crowd, and he found the smallest, youngest person there. So if we looked around, is one of you like the smallest maybe, or the youngest? I think that would be you. You got, yeah. But you know what? I think we have a baby back there. So that Jesus would have said, look at this tiny little person back here. That's what Jesus would have said. Jesus would took that little baby in his arms and he said, this person is really important. This tiny little person is really important. And if you want to be important, what you'll do is take care of the people who are younger and smaller than you. If you want to be important, you'll take care of someone maybe who's older than you and can't get around so well anymore. If you want to be important, you'll be doing something that's useful to somebody else, not just going, I'm really cool, I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm whatever. Does that make sense? Jesus said some things that make sense. I mean, they really do make sense, but sometimes that's not the way it seems to be in the world. But what we do sometimes when we get together as Christians is we remind each other of things that Jesus thought were important, which is kind of like what you told us. That we remind each other of what Jesus says are important, which are not always the same things that the kids in your class think are important or that your next door neighbors think are important. Sometimes what Jesus thinks is important is a little bit different. And Jesus would say, so his example was a very little one, like this little one right back here, a very little one, taking care of a very little one is very important. Somebody who needs a little help. So just something to remember, right? Just something to remember that Jesus thinks it's important for us to care for each other. But anybody like a lollipop? I know that's the only reason you come, because I bribe you, but that's okay, I'll take it. I'm glad you're here. I like to see you. One per customer, please. And start by being really nice to your Sunday school teacher this morning. Everybody get one? Everybody in the back too? Super. Thank you guys for coming. Way to be bold, girls, when you're outnumbered. Have a great day, okay?